Outside of a review for this game, lots of people have one question in mind. Is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale really just a Smash Bros. Clone? The comparisons will be made because they are there. There are definitely similarities, but the game can hold its own, even in a world where Smash Bros. Exists. Let's get one thing out of the way. Tilting the right stick and expecting to do a quick smash attack, aka C-sticking, is not going to work. The game does control very similar to Smash Bros. Square, triangle, and circle all do different attacks or block. When combined with the direction, much like Smash, it does a different attack. You know what to expect here. Holding L1 and moving from side to side will dodge, and the button in the air will air dodge. You can jump with X and press it again for a double jump. You may be asking yourself what is different about this game. The answer is simple yet complex. One of the complaints about this game is a lack of depth, and I plan on getting into this. The biggest difference that one can see by watching a match is the way you score points in the game. You don't KO somebody by building up percentage and hoping to knock them off the stage. You get your kills by using super attacks. To build up these super attacks, you must attack your opponent, throw them for AP orbs that can be collected, and pretty much do anything you can to damage your opponent. Will gain you AP. When your bar fills for the first time, you can use a super attack or save it. You have up to 3 levels of super attacks. Level 1 is usually a straightforward attack. If the person is in front of them, you will kill them. With level 2 covering more ground, and level 3 being an attack that is much harder to avoid and will take up a good portion of the screen, or simply be a really good attack. Level 3 attacks are like the final Smash attacks in Smash Bros. Except nobody can complain about how you got the last hit on the Smash Ball to get the attack. You earned it by being on your opponent enough to use it. Arcade mode is pretty straightforward. Pick your character of choice, choose one of 3 difficulties, and go fight someone. It was nice to use Dante and feel like I already knew how to use him, as he plays similar to the game he comes from. It's what they were going for, and they did a pretty good job of that. I can't honestly say that 2 characters play the same, because in arcade mode you go through all the characters, or at least I think you do. I was too busy being stylish and letting my sword and guns do the talking to notice. Right before the final boss, you encounter a rival battle. This differs depending on the character you run through arcade mode with. This is a nod to Street Fighter 4 for sure. If you were looking for any sort of story in a fighter, which you shouldn't be anyway, this is the only redeeming quality on arcade mode. The beginning and end for each character is told through still images of the characters from their respective games, with voiceovers to narrate. That is boring. The final boss also leaves much to be desired. Did you want something more exciting than Master Hand? I suppose given the history of Polygon Man, it was a good choice for the final boss, and shows that Sony really tried to go back to their roots for this game. But the fight still seemed boring. Because of this, we shall call him Master Face. Nothing to be excited for. In playing arcade mode, I noticed a few other things. You can play the game 3 ways. On a timer, stock, aka lives, or amount of kills. The other thing I noticed was the presence of items, like Smash Bros. Except unlike Smash Bros, where you just toss a home run bat at people for easy kills, any item I would pick up I didn't really find to be that useful. I admittedly ignored most, because I'm one of those no items Fox only Final Destination kind of guys. Without the Fox only part. The stages are simply fun to watch and will take away from anything you're doing to try to win. It's easy to get distracted by the stages as they really show the love that was put in the game. Again, making the Smash comparisons, while there are stage hazards, I don't feel there are any that really change the pace of the game as much as, say, the original Donkey Kong arcade stage or the original Mario Brothers stage. You have ranks, which I'm not sure how high they go. I saw a rank 363 Kratos when I tried my first match. You can unlock titles, backgrounds, etc. to put towards a player card that people can see online. If you played Street Fighter 4, you know how these work. Basically, you can show love for whichever character you decide to main, or use what you want to throw people off. All while attaching a title as well. All of these things are unlocked through arcade and combat trials you can do in-game. Combat trials has 2 modes, general or character. The latter lets you do trials with your character of choice, and in general will have you doing certain tasks with characters you likely don't care to use anyway. I have no interest in playing as the obese version of Princess Peach. You can choose what difficulty you want to do each trial on, like arcade mode, and unlock stars depending on which difficulty you choose. The stars earned allow you to unlock more and more challenges until you complete them all. Online matches play flawlessly, probably the best online fighter I've experienced, hands down. No lag is a major plus for this game, and you can actually play locally with a friend in this game, by having them log in and join you. There's the option of playing online as well with a friend versus 2 others, but if you happen to be together hanging out, why not do it local? Choose your game preference and see how you stack up online in a ranked match or a quick match. In ranked matches, you can play for titles and get belts. Everyone likes things they can pat their stats with, so this is a welcome addition. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale has the potential to hit it off well with people looking to get competitive with a fighter. Those that care not for this kind of thing may get bored quickly. The training mode will help prepare for these things, which is enough to keep a pro player going. For the casual players, there is fun to be had, but it is limited. When you experience everything I talked about here, that's really it. Given how Smash Bros. Brawl was this huge tribute to Nintendo, the fact that Sony doesn't have characters that definitely should have been in the game, along with something like a trophy room or a stage creator like Smash does, leaves more to be desired from the game after some online matches and a few arcade runs. However, what this game does have to offer is done surprisingly well and is definitely worth a shot. If you're one of those that consider Brawl to be more of a party game than a fighter, this game may not be for you. That being said, I still think it's worth at least giving it a shot. It's not perfect, but a great start in perhaps an upcoming series of Sony Smash Bros. Games. Oh, and for the record, do yourselves a favor. Don't ever watch the credits for this game. They are like, I sat through it because a lot of games now have ridiculously long credits. Yeah, I sat through the whole thing. The credits for this game are like 32 minutes long. I'm not even kidding. Just don't do that to yourself.